Welcome to the Doom Report for Thursday, December 18th, 2025. We got a few things to go over before the flight radar, and then at the end, I want to share with you guys an experiment that I tried last night. I think you might find it pretty interesting. So, President Trump gave his speech last night. And, everybody's waiting for some kind of big announcement. We thought there was going to be some kind of announcement on Venezuela or whatever. Now, he did make one announcement that he's given the armed forces service members $1,776 as kind of a bonus. So, that was cool. But everything else was just kind of him spouting about what a great job he was doing. He was saying, wages are up, inflation's down, prices are down, the job market's looking great, housing prices are down. And the whole time that he's kind of going through this, I'm trying to figure out what country he's talking about. Because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't noticed any of those things. Wages aren't up, the job market sucks, the housing prices are just ridiculous. And as far as inflation and prices, I haven't noticed much of a change. So I don't know. They still haven't got a suspect in custody from this whole Brown University thing. This is getting kind of weird. 800 plus cameras on that campus, and they basically saw nothing. Nothing. I don't know. I don't get it. It's starting to get a little strange. We'll see what the final outcome is, but I don't know. Something ain't adding up. And tomorrow is going to be a big day. They're supposed to release the Epstein files. Well, you got no chance of that. I got news for you. On top of that, it's 3i Atlas's closest approach to Earth, so we're either going to have aliens or the Epstein files. Well, we're probably not going to have either one. You got a better chance of the aliens because you're not seeing, if you're sitting around waiting for a list of people that was on that island, you're never, ever, ever, ever going to see it. Your great, 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 great grandchildren are never going to see it for two reasons. One, I think it's all of them. I mean, I think it's every athlete, actor, politician, world leader, judge, etc., on the whole planet. And they're not going to give themselves up. And two, I think that whole operation's still going on. Maybe not in the exact same place, but it's still going on. These sicko elite are not going to give up their playground, so you're never going to see that list. So you got a better chance with the aliens. All right, on to the flight radar. We had a nuke sniffer, a constant phoenix. What this plane does is it detects minute nuclear particles in the atmosphere in case, if there's a leak or if there is a weapon, even a small one used anywhere on the planet, this thing will detect the minute particles in the atmosphere. It left Okinawa and was kind of watching North Korea. So I don't know if they're getting ready to do another missile test, or that's probably what it is. And we had F-18s and other things parked off of Venezuela last night. Of course, there's a whole lot of them right there. Coming up here is a Triton drone we sent down to do a little look-see around. And, of course, a C-5 Galaxy heading to Europe because we're still packing stuff that way. And we also had a rivet joint watching the Rocket Man. Okay, so now on to the little experiment I tried. It was interesting. So I took my channel and took the link to my channel and put it in ChatGPT. And of course, when you do that, it gives you a little like a rundown of what your channel's about and stuff like that. And then it says, how can I help you? So I said, okay, well, I've been doing this for about 9 months. And, channel's not really growing. What can I do to, kind of get things moving a little bit? And of course, it comes back with, well, you need to use fear, pending doom, and urgency. And I said, well, I don't want to do that. So I prompted, I said, well, I don't want to do that. We don't want to be that kind of channel. That's not our goal. We want to give out good information and helpful information and help people along in their preparedness journey. And it come back and it, so I said, give me another idea. Give me something different because we don't want to do that. So it come back and it said, if you're not going to use fear, pending doom, and urgency, and then it gives examples like 48 hours and it's all over. We've all seen those things. It said then your channel will never grow regardless of your video quality or your consistency. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So we're kind of stuck here. This is probably about as big as we're going to get. And I'm fine with that. So it's all cool. But I just thought that was interesting that it says the only way you can grow is do the doom, and we're not doing the doom. So, hey, guys, keep prepping. Don't wait for SHTF. It's not going to wait for you. And we will all see you all tomorrow.